If you're going to be installing a whole house solar and battery backup system, then using a whole house MID or microgrid interconnection device can save you a ton of time and materials compared to the old way of having to wire a critical load panel. All right, now in today's video, we're taking a look at a whole house microgrid interconnect device, or MID, the EG4 GridBOSS. Now, for those of you who have been installing solar and batteries for a while, you know that the old way of doing battery backup for solar typically involved having to install a separate critical loads panel. And what that meant is you as an installer, or you as an electrician, actually had to go in and modify the internal house wiring and move individual loads, oftentimes out of your main service panel, into a critical loads panel or a backup loads panel, which meant that you had to spend a lot more time, and in most cases a lot more material cost as well, to modify that inside the house wiring. But a much more efficient way of doing it is to do your microgrid interconnection and do your switching all the way at the meter or all the way at the service entrance before you get to the loads in the house. And that's exactly what the EG4 GridBOSS is designed to do. Basically, think of the GridBOSS as, you know, your whole house intelligent transfer switch for all of your AC power sources. So of course you have your grid power coming in, you have your inverter output power from your solar and battery system. You could also have a generator hookup as well. And of course you might have AC loads that need to be intelligently controlled in the home. And all of that can be done at the GridBOSS. And of course the GridBOSS can be installed at your meter base above the main breaker panel. So you don't have to get into the weeds of modifying the inside the house wiring. So using a device like this can really save you thousands, both in terms of material and labor for you electricians out there, by allowing you to do that integration above your individual loads. Now recently I had a chance to meet with an installer in the field to get a hands-on look at what the installation of the GridBOSS entails. So I've got a short clip I'd like to share with you with me and Brian Beggs, who's the CEO of Skygrid Solar Solutions, so we can see how the GridBOSS installs. The smarter way to go solar. All right, Brian, so we're looking at the point of grid interconnection here. Right? We've got your meter base here, and then of course we've got the EG4 GridBOSS, which you use to facilitate this installation. So can you walk us through sort of how is the basic architecture for the different AC interconnections, and how does the GridBOSS facilitate that?
Right. So on a typical home that uses the NEC 2023, they need a disconnecting means before your breaker panel. So from the meter, you have your disconnecting means, and then that goes over to the home panel. He also has a shop here. So the output of the GridBOSS actually splits off to the home and the shop, getting both off the grid when he needs it. So the beauty of this is that on a typical system, you'd need to go from the meter, some sort of disconnect. You would also need a bypass transfer switch, a throw handle transfer switch. And then from there, you would run it all the way over to your inverters that are all combined in parallel. And then from there, you would run it all the way back here. As you can imagine, that's a lot of wire.
Yeah, and then for those that can't see behind the camera, what we're talking about here is about an 80, maybe 100-foot run between the meter, you know, the meter base here and the main load center for the house inside the garage here. And Brian, what kind of conductors are you talking about for those runs?
Right, exactly. So for the old systems, you would need basically the service entrance rated wire. So large conductors, we're talking 3/0 copper or 4/0 aluminum, 250 MCM aluminum, quite large, to go all the way there and back. And that's where it utilizes the 200 amp pass through of the inverters, which most people know from the 18K PV and other competitive inverters. So
for the non-electricians out there, we're talking about really thick wires.
Yes.
Several sets of really thick wires that are about that thick, having to go 100 feet in back. And if, again, for you contractors and electricians, you know that translates to several $1,000s of additional material cost to facilitate those connections.
Right. And so, and the difficulties that come with that, you know, of course, either way we had to trench but with those larger conductors, doing wire pulls and of those
We know how much
large
fun
conductors.
that
I
can
mean, any
be.
electrician out there knows that's no fun. So let's get into that. So with this, the inverters have one connection that lands inside. So each FlexBOSS runs over here and connects, but it's only one set of conductors. So those conductors, they have to be sized according to the FlexBOSS's off-grid capacity instead of that 200 amp pass-through where all the loads are flowing through. So if for some reason the load gets larger than what the inverters can handle, the grid portion that's inside inverters is built into the GridBOSS. So it can bypass through itself and flow through. So this has the 200 amp pass through,
Okay.
but it's the item that's closer to the meter, so it makes a lot more sense than the inverter being somewhere else.
Sure.
And so that helps with a lot of different jurisdictions, because sometimes they won't allow something, they won't allow the flowing through of the inverter and then back, because they need secondary meters and they need to track all the solar production. With this, well, everything that's going to come out of the solar system comes out of the FlexBOSS, and so we can put the interconnecting meter there. So that helps in very niche situations here in Texas. But the generator also connects here, and that just so happened to be perfect because we actually have the Generac 26 kW behind this system, away from the house, which is another thing we would have to run all the way to the solar system. So that helps a lot. Lastly, inside there is a manual bypass. So there's actually two 200 amp breakers that can be flipped off and flipped on. So the solar system gets completely kicked off and you run just like you did before the solar system. The grid feeds the house. Again, that would have to be a large 200 amp throw switch. So I don't know, you can see there's already a lot going on here. Where would I put that? Behind here, it would be, you know, it'd take up a lot more space, a lot more work. The wires, if that would have to be so much larger gauge, they would be, you know, they would be going through different conduits. It'd be very complicated. In short, a lot more headache, a lot more expensive, and you know, by using the GridBOSS, that cuts that in half at least. I mean, it cuts down the cost, but it cuts down the complications. Because most of the time, people don't have this much generous space. If we really wanted to expand this rack, we could. But on the side of your house, you might only have a certain amount of brick wall or so, and so that really minimizes how much stuff you have.
Yeah. Well, and I think you know, both contractors and homeowners want a cleaner, just a cleaner, you know, less cumbersome installation. And having that bypass, like you touched on, having that bypass is so important too, because if you do ever have to service one of the units, you don't want the whole house to go dark. You want to be able to quickly put the house back on grid power only, take out your inverter, swap out your inverter or your battery, whatever piece needs service, but not have to have the house dark that whole time, or are you having to do surgery to try to get power back onto the house while you're servicing one of those components. Here you can just flip the switch, bypass it back to grid only, do your service, you switch it back, you've got minimal downtime on each side.
Right, and for the DIY installers out there who've seen the 18K and they see what it's capable of, a lot of the times they think, well, I probably don't need the bypass. And since they don't install it, well, they figure out the hard way.
They learn the hard way. Yeah, no, they learn the hard way.
If they ever have trouble, they're like, now I'm going to have to call my power company and pull the meter in order to get, work on the inverter. Or if they have a disconnect of any sort, they just have to cut their power off. But this is great because if I need to do maintenance on his system, he can be fine and dandy and not really know what's going on, while we work on it.
Exactly. Well, here, let's take a look inside the GridBOSS for those that haven't seen it. I'd like to see how the connections lay out here.
All right, so inside here we have the hybrid inverter ports. This is where our FlexBOSSes actually connect. So we have inverter 1 and inverter 2. Then we have the smart ports, which this is kind of where the smart panel functionality comes with the GridBOSS. an extra bonus. So if there's any specific loads that you want to cut off as soon as the grid goes down, or if you reach a certain battery percentage, these come in handy. For now, I'm mainly using it for my surge protection. Since this is the first means of disconnect on the site, we wanted to put a large surge protector because lightning happens pretty often. This won't defend against a direct strike, but anywhere down the line, it might be, you know, it's the first piece in the puzzle. This guards the array and the entire house from surge. Then you have the bypass that we talked about.
It's the bypass we talked about. So if you have to, like say, so if you had to, you know, service the inverter, you would just switch this off, slide this over, right? And then switch the bypass on.
Right, and then work on everything you knew, and then put it back. That just manually switches the grid connection, which is right here, to the home loads.
Okay, so this also then serves as your main service disconnect.
Correct. And so that doesn't come with the GridBOSS normally. That's something extra that you get. So there is a cover plate that covers that up. So if you were required to have that, you know, 200 amp fused disconnect of some sort before this, you wouldn't need to buy it. Okay. But it's great to have it just as another, you know, off switch for the system. And then lastly, you got the generator, which
generator hookup,
is a nice, because you can it's a nice thing to have. You can choose what amperage, you know, the breaker is going to be, what size. So I typically put a 50 amp breaker in there for a generator plug if somebody doesn't want to do a full home generator. And if they do want to do a full home generator, this, again, like I said, kind of has pieces of the inverter in it. So it's kind of like they split it up. So this actually has the relay inside that will turn on the generator when we get to a low battery percentage, which, like I mentioned, is about 30%. It'll just auto start the generator, and the GridBOSS itself will get to decide, okay, which source are we going to use. So it's for the installers out there, the way the generator works in here, it's a break before make. So it does isolate you completely from the grid. So if your generator were to start, it does all the relay management of each particular source, just like, you know, a 18K PV or any other hybrid inverter with all that capability in it. That would do it. So that's the main smarts happening in here. And of course, you also have the monitoring dongle on the side, so it can communicate with the FlexBOSS. Though typically this system, this one isn't online, just the FlexBOSSes, and you can still, you know, see what you produce and see what's going to the grid, since they talk to each other via a communication cable.
Great, great. Yeah, so in a configuration like this, where we do have access to grid power, typically you're not going to run the generator if the batteries get too low. You're just going to start pulling from the grid. Because, you know, what are they paying here? About 12 to 15 cents a kilowatt hour?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, so in that case, you know, buying from the grid, since the connection's already there, probably going to be cheaper than burning fuel to run the generator.
Exactly.
But let's say if the grid were down, or we're in a true off-grid environment, then once that battery gets below a certain point, right, we don't want the battery to run out all the way to where the battery could get damaged.
Right.
Then we could have this automatically start the generator. That way you're never without power in the home. But again, you're not running the generator all day. You're just running it for a few hours. Let it recharge the batteries while it's powering the home. Let it recharge the batteries, and then you've got enough battery storage you can run for a couple more days just off what's in the battery. So you're stretching your fuel supply. Right. Versus if you were to use that generator as the primary power source all day.
Right. Yeah, and most people say, you know, why do I need you know, an entire other source when I have these batteries? Can't I just get enough, you know, batteries for my outage? Yes, you can. However, it might be cheaper to have the generator backup to recharge these batteries than adding a bunch more, because, you know, sometimes outages can last for you know, 3 or 4 days. I believe the homeowner said the longest one that's been here is 3 days. That's quite a while, and you'd need a lot of battery to do that truly off grid. But the most important part about the generator is that they can freely use their batteries at night to lower their bill. They don't really have to worry about having, you know, leftover battery for an outage. They have the generator for that if they really need to. And then once it charges all the way up, the batteries can coast hopefully to the next day or two.
Exactly, exactly. So folks, this has been a quick chat with Brian Beggs. He's the owner and president at Skygrid Solar Solutions, and we're looking at the GridBOSS and how the GridBOSS allows you to integrate multiple different AC power sources for a clean whole house install.